Hello, my name's Andrew, and today we're doing something a little different, a first impression review of the Shwood Kinsrow sunglasses. So back in college, I bought a pair of Ray-Bans, and they were kind of like my first high-end sunglasses, and they were fine. They looked good, but it was around that time when everyone was starting to wear Ray-Bans. And so, if you ever got a compliment on them, it would just be like, oh, like nice Ray-Bans, end of conversation, So eventually I just sold them because they didn't feel very unique and I wasn't crazy about them. And then I literally didn't buy another pair of good, solid sunglasses for like 10 years. I would just buy whatever the cheapest thing was at the gas station whenever I lost the former gas station sunglasses. And I don't know, it's just like I couldn't find anything that seemed interesting or worth spending money on. But then I found this company called Shwood, which is spelled S-H-W-O-O-D, and they're like the original makers of wood sunglasses, which is really wild. And they had a bunch of cool styles. So I asked them for a couple to send, and one of them was the Kinsrow. What I love about these is that they have black walnut on the frame, and anyone who's watched my videos has seen my black walnut desk over and over again. Personally, I think black walnut is the coolest wood in the world. It's like sort of dark and mysterious and has these really interesting flecks all over it. But they have a bunch of different lines. This is kind of like the premium one, the original wood, and then they have a camp series. These ones, which I'm probably gonna review next video, these are like a little bit more durable for like running and hiking and stuff like that. And then the original wood is more of lifestyle type series. So they're kind of like in league with Ray-Ban in terms of the style, but they're just more interesting. And to me, they feel like they have a much better build quality. They've got this really strong and bendy aluminum metal here. And then you've got little pieces of wood along the frame, which looks amazing. They kind of pair it with like an acetate on the back, which also looks like that black walnut kind of dark and goldenish color. The reason I like these is because they look like Morpheus sunglasses. Like if you ever seen The Matrix, Lawrence Fishburne's character has these really iconic, like rounded, sort of mysterious sunglasses. And these have the same kind of quality to them. Like when you put them on, you just feel like you're from a different universe or something. And I don't know, that's what caught my eye about them. They actually won the Red Dot Design Award. They're sort of styled after the bridges in Portland because you've got this like high curved bridge design thing going on the top. And then on the side of the sunglass, it has sort of like just the tiniest bit of like cat eye sunglass going on. And it looks like the entranceway to a bridge, which is cool. And what I liked about them is that they've got a combination of like the roundness and then sort of some a little bit more pointy parts to them and then squared off in the middle of the glasses as well. So they feel like something that anyone with any face shape could wear. I have more of like an oval face shape, but they would easily work for someone with a square face shape with the beam here and then on the side. In terms of how they feel, they were so freaking natural. Like I didn't really like the Ray-Bans. They felt sort of plasticky and maybe a little bit bigger than I wanted. But these, they have like a really nice medium fit. They're just like perfect. I don't notice anything about them. Like the earpiece isn't too long. It feels like it's hitting in just the right spot with a little bit left over. And these things are so secure. I mean, they're not for like running or anything, but I just tried it just to see what would happen. And I literally could not shake the glasses off of my face. It was incredible. So I don't know. I like the bridge piece as well because it's a little bit wider, so it's comfortable. It doesn't create that annoying little mark that you get here. Like I have some cheap aviators that I bought at the gas station the last time I lost my gas station sunglasses, and they always create that stupid indent here. So these don't do that. They feel really nice, and my nose, it doesn't even touch the bridge part here, but it's got a nice taper to it as well. So they just sit really well on your nose. It's not like creating pressure anywhere. And like I said, like they are super stable, In terms of what you would do with them, like I said, I wouldn't take them on like a whitewater rafting trip because they start at $200. These ones are like $250 for the polarized lens, which is what I went with, and it looked amazing outside. It was really bright when I tested them, and I forgot how good a high quality polarized lens looks, and like the clarity you get from it. Like I was just trying to write outside in my journal, and even inside here, I can read text on things. Like if I'm trying to look at tiny details on something like this, it just looks so crisp and so clear. And I guess putting them on for the first time, one thing I noticed is that the frames are a little bit thicker than something that I've had before, especially if the Clubmaster, they kind of have like, there is no frame on the bottom. So when I put them on, I could like see the frame in my field of view, but then after like 30 seconds, my brain sort of adjusted and then I don't even see it anymore. But I kind of like that the frame is a bit thicker because it creates this sort of sense of contrast, and darker as well, which I don't know, it's cool. Overall, I think that these glasses have a really amazing like industrial type design. Like they've got these, I want to call them bolts. I know they're not bolts, but they're like little screws on the back, and they just feel like an exposed industrial warehouse, you know what I mean? That vibe. And then in terms of the quality, again, like they've got multiple layers here. So they've got wood on the outside, and then they've got layers of, I think, aluminum worked into there just for a little extra durability. And then, like I said, on the nose piece, it's a little bit thicker as well. So I don't know, they feel great. They also have some bend as well. I would do your best not to drop them just because of the price, not necessarily because I think that they would break, but the, I don't know, the outer metal is quite tough, you know. I have had aviators, like I said, where it was metal, but it was thinner, and it's nice to have thinner materials because that means lighter, but it also means more easily to break. So this feels like a good compromise to me between something that's super light and easy to break and something that feels heavy and clunky. Also, here's what they look like when you fold the lenses up. Yeah, just a really cool looking sunglass overall. And let's just check out the box, because I think everything Shwood does is really amazing from a design perspective. They're kind of like Apple, but everything feels more natural and sustainable. And they're a climate neutral company, which is great as well. So inside the box, you get this chipboard case, and it's very durable. It has a nice sound too. It's very natural sounding. It doesn't sound plasticky. There's a nice lining in there. It's very protective. So you've got that. And then you've got a cloth for cleaning them. And then they just included this little info packet with some care instructions and the warranty, which is 1 year. I like the panorama shots. And yeah, they just give you some info about the company. It's one of those companies where they're actually like, you want to read their story and info on their process because it's all very fascinating. Like, I think it started out with them using rusty cabinet hinges, if I'm remembering that right. I think that's right. And their tagline is experiment with nature, which is really cool. Everything feels very Portlandy, you know? I'd highly recommend checking out their website because they've got a bunch of cool photos and videos about their actual process and like cutting out the wood frames, which are wild. They have all sorts of different wood that they make their sunglasses out of. And then the lenses are CR39, which is like the top of the top. It's smudge resistant, it's very durable, it has a high amount of clarity. Like I said, you can see through it perfectly. And then to top it all off, they're made in Portland, USA, and apparently there are like 21 different hands that work on it, which you can definitely feel. There's a lot of love that went into these sunglasses, both the design and the crafting of them. So yeah, that's my first impression review of the Kinsrow so far, but I'll keep you guys updated and do a full review just to see how the durability is. Hopefully I don't drop them, but I may at some point, so it'll be interesting to see how they hold up. But until then, if you want to support the channel, you can shop with the referral links down below. And if you have a question about the Kinsrow or about Shwood sunglasses in general, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.